93. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. This is Asha Renew from AshaRenew.com, and we're just here for a quick little tap in now that we have arrived in 2023, according to the Chinese New Year. Now, the reason that we even consider the Chinese New Year is because it is based on the lunar calendar instead of the solar calendar. So Chinese New Year was yesterday, January the 22nd, while the moon was in Pisces. What's up, 305 Capricorn? Peace. Much love. So we had the new moon in Pisces as we transitioned from 2022 to 2023 according to the Chinese astrology or the Chinese calendar, right? What's up, Sharice? 93, 93, 93. I appreciate everybody for tapping in, right? So we're just giving a little analysis. Good, I'm not going to take up too much of y'all time. Y'all know I just been dropping the literature, right? What's up, Tech Mans? So even though y'all don't see me going live, I'm still dropping the literature every day on Telegram, right? Dropping, for the YouTube members. So I'm dropping literature damn near every day. So just because you don't see me live, I'm still putting in that work. I'm just activating the pin. Beyond that, Uranus is now direct. What's up, Dank Wizard? Uranus is now direct, as well as Mercury, because Mercury was going through a retrograde, started in December, and Uranus was also in retrograde. So now we have both of these planets currently direct. And we know Mercury and retrograde, Mercury and Uranus are basically like higher and lower counterparts. So if Mercury is your conscious mind, then Uranus would be the superconscious mind, just to simplify that, right? So we have the conscious mind and the superconscious mind going direct in 2023. Also, literally January 1st, it started raining. Because we know 2023 is a 7 year, a 7 vibration. The 7 goes to Neptune. And we know Neptune represents the karmic waters, right? The moon represents, you could say, the pure waters. But the karmic waters, or the dirty waters, or the blood waters, is the energy of Neptune. So from my location, I can't really speak for anybody else, but I know, we over here on the West Coast, California, Nevada, so on and so forth, we've been getting a lot of rain. So literally, soon as we went into the month of January, the rain just started pouring down like no other. It's been raining more than it rained the whole last year, right? And you see, it's fucking cold right now. You see, I'm tearing up right now. These winds are crazy. So literally, as soon as we went into January 1st, the rain just started pouring, and it's been raining for weeks, right? What's up, Milestone? Peace, peace. So it's been raining these last 2 weeks or 3 weeks at this point, more than it has been raining last year, right? And we know this is because of the 7 vibration, right? So when we have Mercury going direct, when we have Uranus going direct, and when we have a new moon in Pisces, and we also understand Pisces represents karmic energy. It represents our ability to cleanse our destiny. What I mean by cleansing your destiny is we have to look at destiny as well as fate. Your fate, you can say, is the result or the sum of your destiny. And your destiny represents your individual decisions, right? So your destiny or your individual decisions will lead to your ultimate fate, right? So if we want to alter our fate, we must alter our destiny. In order to alter our destiny, and you see, the waters is just coming out of me as well. If you want to alter your destiny, we must alter the decisions we make on a day-to-day basis, because they add up. Remember, the language of the universe is mathematics, so everything you do adds up. You may not be taking count, but the universe does, and the universe is, right? – Everything is taken account for. So I'm going beyond just good deeds and bad deeds, what you do behind closed doors, what you do in front of people. Beyond that, it's also the subtle forces that include your desires, your thoughts, your emotions, as well as your memories. Those are forms of currency as well, and they affect your decision making because how you feel a certain day will influence the decisions you make on that day. Depending on what your intent is, depending on what your desires is, will influence the decisions you make. Depending on your thought patterns, will influence the decisions you make, and depending on your memory, which you have been through in a past life or this current life, will influence how you make your decisions. And all those things added up. And I'm just speaking about the four elements, right? It's all alchemy, right? So we're just speaking in alchemical terms. Everything adds up. So your four elements add up to the fifth element. And we understand the fifth element is the element of spirit. So if we're talking about the element of spirit, this is what influences our destiny. So we must alter our destiny by tapping into the spirit element. In order for us to tap into the spirit element, we must balance the previous four elements: our desires, our emotions, our thoughts, and our memories. Once we have that energy leveled out and balanced, now we are in a position to alter our destiny because now we're not dealing with karmic energies telling us to do something else when we want to move in a different direction. Because what happens most of the time, we may want to go left, but due to karma, we must go right, or we are forced to go right. So karma, you could say, forces us to go in certain directions depending on our decision making, right? So your decision making alters your destiny, and your destiny alters your fate. And everybody's fate is different. That's why we must go beyond good and evil, right or wrong. We can't use these terms because some of us have come here to shake the world up, and others of us have come to bring balance. Or in other words, if we want to even simplify that even further, some of us are angels, some of us are demons, right? So you must accept your destiny. See, it's not even just living out your destiny. You must accept that you are what you are. You came into this world for a certain purpose. Now, what if that purpose is negative or evil? So-called evil, right? Not literal evil, but so-called evil to other people, right? To society. How do you cope with that? How do you deal with that? See, this is the true essence of destiny. It ain't about helping the world. The world doesn't need help. The world is filled with spiritual beings who's keeping shit on lock, keeping shit under control. So the world is never going to get out of hand, right? Or if you don't know that, I'm telling you that, right? The world is never going to get out of hand. What gets out of hand is the human beings, because we don't understand our own psyche. But that goes right back to Pisces, New Moon in Pisces. You must understand your psyche, right? You must understand your psyche, otherwise known as the unconscious mind, which represents your darker attributes that you don't want to deal with, or that you are unfamiliar with. You either don't want to deal with it or you are unfamiliar with it. That's the unconscious. That's why it's called the unconscious, because you don't go there. The only time you actually do go there, you end up having nightmares. So of course, the average person don't want to go into the halls of a mentee because it's going to force them to deal with things differently. You must deal with things from the unconscious mind versus the conscious mind, right? Because we are used to dealing with things from the conscious mind. We're used to dealing with things directly. You have to go up to somebody and you have to conversate with them. You have to, have a back and forth exchange. That's just how we've been taught to deal with issues. We don't know how to deal with things from the unconscious mind, or as we call it, the spiritual realm or the spiritual plane. Problems can be solved spiritually. So you can access the spirit element to solve problems. We don't have to necessarily do everything physically. So I saw what you said earlier, Dank Wizard. You said you lost your job. Again, this is the physical plane. New Moon in Pisces forces you to go into the waters because the earth is opposite of water. The water element is opposite of the earth element, right? And again, forgive all the water. You know what I mean? It just is what it is, right? Karma. See, karma can be good or bad. Karma isn't just bad. So when I say cleanse your karma, that's not just cleansing your bad karma. It also represents cleansing your positive karma. Because just because you have positive karma doesn't mean that it works out for you. In other words, just because you go around doing good deeds for people doesn't mean that you will be rewarded for those good deeds. Because you probably should not be doing the good deeds to be rewarded in the first place. So any acts you feel that you are doing that ups your karma, right? Your good karma in this case. Any acts you feel that you are doing that ups your good karma doesn't necessarily mean it's going to help you. So that's why being a good person doesn't necessarily guarantee you can say a good life. You can be a good person all you want, but that doesn't guarantee you a good life. The reason why it doesn't guarantee you a good life because we're dealing with karma, meaning those four elements that I spoke about, which you can see. Meaning a person could be doing good deeds, but you have no idea what this person's intent is, how they feel, their thoughts, or their memories. We don't see these things with other people, so you have no idea why a person is doing what they're doing. You have no idea of their intent. So just because on the surface something looks like a good deed doesn't necessarily mean it's going to help you. So I'm just saying all that to say, you don't necessarily have to be the person out here doing good deeds or trying to be the best person or the best version of yourself. You know, all these little titles we use. That's not the purpose of why we're here. We're not here to be the best version of ourselves. Because you already are. Let me explain this in a different way, right? Let me explain it differently. What's up, El Ray? Spirituality has made us think that we're seeking enlightenment, that we're seeking to evolve, that we're seeking for self-improvement, right? But that's not necessarily the case. Meaning that's just the mainstream version. That's after it has been in the hands of the enemy. So they want you to believe that you're striving for something that you're never going to achieve, right? Because that was not the original science, meaning original alchemy. If we go back to Kemet, the alchemy of Kemet had nothing to do with improving yourself. We're just going back to the basics here. We're not in this game. We're not in this lifestyle. We're not occultists and spiritualists and whatever you want to call yourself. We're not whatever you feel we are or you are for the purposes of self-improvement, enlightenment. Because you already are that. The fact that you're even having the idea at all means you're there. The fact that you can have an idea to be enlightened means you are enlightened. The fact that you can have the idea in the first place. The fact that you can even think about enlightenment means you are enlightened because you already know the direction that you're moving in. However, that doesn't mean that that's your ultimate destiny. If that's something you do personally, just know that that has nothing to do with your karma. This is the point I'm making. That has nothing to do with your karma. You can be the best person in the world. You can be the most self-improved person in the world, but that doesn't necessarily affect your karma. It may affect your public standing, which is your 10th house. Right? What's up, Cynthia? It may affect your public standing. People may look at you as a certain way because of the deeds that you do. But that doesn't necessarily help your own spiritual journey. Because we did not come here for those purposes. We didn't come to the planet Earth to become enlightened when we were enlightened before we got here. We lost, you can say, our sense of being when we got here, but that's because we forgot. It's not because we are not. If you can get what I'm saying here, you forgot that you were divine. But that doesn't mean you're not. You just forgot that you was. So there is no self-improvement to get to the divine because you already are. You don't have to improve yourself to get to what you already are. You already are an angel. You already are the demon, the archangel, the archdevil. You already are that. You may not realize it, or you may have forgot about that, but you already are that. You don't have to get to a level you already came into this world under. That's what astrology helps us to understand. Astrology helps you to understand the energies that you came into this world with, not the energies that you're trying to improve. You may be trying to balance the energies, balance between the positive and the negative, but it's not about self-improvement. I'm right here at step 1, but I'm trying to get to step 100. You already are what you seem to be. The fact that you have the desire in the first place is because it already exists within you. You just are bringing it forth so that you can see it consciously. You can say it's already in your unconscious mind. You're just bringing it to the forefront of your conscious mind, right? And you see I'm just leaking over here, as y'all see, right? But I just wanted to step outside and give y'all a sense of the atmosphere. So that's why I stepped out here, so y'all can see what we're dealing with in the West Coast. You see, I can't even be out here without watering up, right? That's just what we're dealing with right now. That's just January, whether it is what it is, right? So excuse all this, right? Excuse all this. I'm just in raw form right now. Just wanted to give y'all a little message. Chinese New Year, New Moon in Pisces. Don't get caught up with your destiny and your karma trying to improve. You already are what you are. It's just you accept it. Do you accept what you are? Do you accept it? I'm already the angel. I'm already the demon. I'm already God. I'm already devil. Whatever you call yourself. I'm already God. I'm already goddess. Do you accept it? Can you take a conscious idea and bring it to the superconscious? Right? We talked about Mercury and Uranus. That's going from an inner planet to an outer planet. That's you going from your lower self to your higher self, right? But you're already there, right? You just are tapping into it, which is what we call the superconscious mind. You already have a superconscious mind. You already have a holy guardian angel. It's already there. You're just coming into the realization that you must acknowledge what you already are. When you acknowledge it, that's how you gain knowledge and conversation of the holy guardian angel, which is the whole purpose of the Lima. The whole purpose of the Lima, the whole purpose of 93 is to gain knowledge and conversation of your own holy guardian angel, aka your own superconscious mind. You're able to communicate directly with your own superconscious mind, your own higher self. That's all it is. You're not becoming the higher self because you improved yourself. You're just gaining the knowledge and the conversation of what already exists. You're just tapping into what you already are. There's no need to improve. That's why you got a bunch of assholes in the world, but they're still spiritual. Then you got a bunch of nice people in the world, they're still spirituals. It's the same shit, right? We be getting caught up with the bullshit. We shouldn't be concerned with personalities. Meaning we got 12 zodiac signs. You got Aries all the way up to Pisces. Some people are going to be Aries, some people are going to be Pisces. Aries probably don't like them because they're harsh, they're blunt. So some people are just not going to like that energy, but it doesn't make it wrong. Then you got Pisces, who are the more spiritual beings, right? Everybody is not into, spirituality. Doesn't make them wrong. That's just what they're into. So that's why you must understand what you are into and master your craft. So mastering your craft is not necessarily getting better. You're not getting better, you're just understanding what you already are. That doesn't make you better, that just makes you what you already are. That just really brings you back to your center point, whereas we call the 0 point consciousness. So you're not trying to go up, you're not trying to go down, you're trying to go to your 0 point, which is neither up or down, right? So the purpose is to get to the 0 point, not going left, not going right, not going up, not going down. It's not about self-improvement, it's not about your karma. Do you accept what you are, your light side, your dark side? Do you accept it? Are you willing to tap into those energies? Because I guarantee everything that you feel you don't have in life, that you feel like you deserve, that's just so hard to get, I guarantee it's your dark side that's going to get it for you. But we haven't accepted it yet. That's all it is. Anything you feel that you don't have, that you feel you should have, you got to tap into the side of yourself that you haven't accepted yet. That's all it is. While we thinking we got to cleanse our karma, we got to go through these trials and tribulations, we got to petition these deities, these spirits, you got to petition your goddamn self. The part of yourself that you don't really want to know. So I'm going to get up out of here. Do what thou wilt should be the whole of the law. Love's the law, love under will. 93. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out the website. You already know. We up.